Hello, everybody. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. Today's project is going to be this the secret of the lovely Lariat. This, guys, this is the coolest, one of the coolest designs, and this is a Sandra Younger exclusive. Okay, check this out. So you know a Lariat, they're usually just like one piece. You know, you just put it on, flip it over, the ends. But check this one out. Ta-da! It's adjustable. You're like, well, how did you do that? Well, let me show you real quick before we get to not the customer slideshow, the products. I just want to give you like a sneak peek. So what it is you just make two sides of a necklace, one and two, and then you put an adjustable slider. And then when you put it, you just wrap it around your neck, and then you flip these sides over. So the cool thing about that is that you can like really, I mean, it gives you so much leverage on like when you're styling it, you can layer them. It's just so cool. I mean, there's just so many different things you can do when you can adjust it. So that is going to be today's project, and I'm going to share some tips and tricks with you. And I think that's it. So let me show you the products on today's show, and then we'll get straight to the project, because I don't know if I mentioned, but the customer show will resume next week. All right, I am going to jump right in. We have the our beautiful, lovely Knotty-Do-It-Alls, and we have our small board and our large board. And I tell you, if you work with stringing material, then this is like the best tool on the market. I mean, it is like a workhorse. I mean, if you want to make jewelry like professionally, I mean, it has to be well made, and you have to be able to make it quickly. And in this tool, in all the tutorials that I supply, I mean, there isn't anything macrame, like all kinds of macrame, bead knotting, a mousse knot, multi-strand. I mean, the list goes on and on. If you go to the tab on my website under JTB Extra, you can see there's just so many different techniques that I teach. And our large board, it comes with a hard board. It comes with instructional DVD and ebook. You get access to all my online tutorials, and it has anti-slip feet on the bottom. The rulers are in both inches and centimeters on both boards. It has the ring size chart, flip bobbins, needles. I mean, just like everything you need to just get the job done. And it's so much fun. It's extremely addicting, and I cannot say enough about it. It's just like the best. I use mine every single day, and I absolutely love it. Okay, so next on our list here, we have the Griffin, a bead cord, and this is the size 6 silk. And let's see, it is a good thickness. I like it. I will be using it in today's project, which is going to be the Lariat. And you get like all these different colors. There's like I think it's like a cream color, black, like a silver, like a light brown, and then like a taupe color. But you got quite a few here. 12. I don't think I have. Do I have 12 there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 12 there. And let's see, 24 meters total. Okay, so with needle attached. Okay. I like it very much. That's all I can say, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to straighten it. And let's see, next, these are really cute. Multi-stone and silver tone lock and key charm set of 6. I just don't know what to do with them yet. I'm thinking, maybe you could make matching necklaces with your best friend. Like one gets the lock, the other one gets the key. Or you could make a lariat with a key on one side, a lock on the other. I mean, they're really cute. And it looks like quartz and onyx, and I guess that's an amethyst. And let's see, next we have, these are really cool. These stainless steel hearts and links. I did make a necklace that I'll show in a minute where I used one of the links, but you get a 60 total. They're pretty cute. I mean, these will look great like just dispersed on a necklace, or you'll see how I used it as a kind of sort of like a focal in just a second. And then the next thing we have here is the stainless steel toggle clasps. I really like these. I like toggles, and these are small, which makes them even nicer because I just really like small toggles. And you get a set of 20. Look at the ones on top, they're so cute. And the little hearts and the squares. This is a really nice set. I think this is a great set to have handy because you never know when you're going to need a toggle. But I like these a lot. And then next we have yes, the multi-stone 4x8mm nugget bead strand set of 10. When I opened this package, I was so excited because, oh my God, I just went nuts. I made like all sorts. I made like, I don't know, but it was fun, very colorful. The holes on like some of them like were bigger on one side than the other, but not a problem because I'm going to show you the trick to making them work. But I just thought I love nuggets. I like their texture, their shape. I like that they're not like consistent. I really do like these a lot. So, and then next is this 39-inch long, guys. That's over a yard, over a meter long, a 6mm round amethyst, and that's a lot of beads. And I made this cute necklace. And see that stainless steel heart that it's kind of like a focal. I mean, this necklace can be worn long, and so that means that the heart will be like on the back, which I think is cute. And then I used the rose quartz beads, which are next, as little dangles in front. And as you can see, I used one of those toggles. So this was a fun necklace to make. This is not today's project. If you know, I mean, there's some tips and tricks on this one that will probably be another show. But look how cute that is. It's got the toggle in the front, the heart. I love it. And last, we have the rose quartz puffy hearts, which are the ones I used in this necklace here. See, they're just so cute. And they're about 16 millimeters like tall. And the strand that you get is 15. And look at that, they came out of the package shaped in a heart. How cute is that? Anyway, those are all the products on today's show. So if you don't have one of these guides, either of these boards, definitely get it. It will bring you hours of entertainment and joy. I kid you not. Most everyone that I know, like my friends, and a lot of you guys that like email me, asking me questions, and you just tell me just how much you just absolutely love it. And let's see, it is let's see, what price is it at? Let's see, the regular price is $114.99, and it's on sale for $99.95. So yeah, one. And don't forget to check your Brilliant Cash because if you have any, you can use it towards the purchase of either one of these. Yeah, guys, don't forget to check your Brilliant Cash. Let's see, where's the Brilliant Cash page? Okay. If you've never purchased anything from JTV, you buy something, and the next time you go back, you just get $40 like credit. It's crazy. On your birthday, 20. The anniversary of your first purchase, 20. Oh, the Sparkle Ambassador Refer a Friend. You get 20. I was going to say you get a friend, they get a friend. I mean, you get 25, they get 25. 1% back on all purchases. And if you have a preferred card, it's 2%. And returning customers after 365 days, you get $30. So that is like fantastic. And you can use it towards the purchase of any of today's products. And I'm so excited to get to today's like project. And there are a couple of things that I want to cover if time permits, and one of them has to do with adding a toggle to the front of a necklace. That's so if I have time, I'm gonna like talk about that because there's a little like thing you need to know, but I'm gonna put this aside. And also, if time permits, I'm going to show you an alternative way to make your lariat without making it adjustable. It just has like a large hole pearl, and it's attached to the lariat. Okay, so tip time. I'm using my my Beetle-On tin cup knotter, but I have it like, and I put a dime in there because this is a little like loose. It just helped it like stand up better. And I have it like as close to the post as possible, and then I cranked it down. And on this one, that thing that goes up and down, like, I don't know, it's like a thing. I sawed it off because my hands are not strong enough to like remove the thread, so I just do it manually. So I'm using my what are these things called? A vice grip? I don't know, but it's gonna hold it, so that way I can like show you guys the knotting. And I'm gonna have a board off to the side right here to hold the cord. You'll see everything once I get started. And let's see what else. Oh, I've got my flat iron because I like to use the flat iron to straighten my silk cord. And I just for science, because I was always wondering, like, well, can I burn it? Will it burn? What I did was I got a piece of it and I just like pressed it like in the same spot for a minute, and it didn't burn. So I think that when you're straightening it, you're not going to have to worry about it burning. But the way I do it, because sometimes I change things up, but my new favorite way lately is I'll just take this and I have it at 450, and I'll just kind of like, it's kind of weird. It's like you're holding it, but you're just like pulling it, but inching it, just kind of like, but it's like squeezed, and I just like pull just ever so slightly. And what I found that does is that like I don't know, it just works. I think it pulls it and it straightens it at the same time. So you just squish it and just kind of go like that. And once in a while, I don't know why I do it, but sometimes I'll dampen it. And honestly, it doesn't seem to make a bit of difference. It just, I just like to hear the water sizzle, when you go over the silk. Now, this my little test here for the minute on the silk, it was done with silk, not with the nylon, because Griffin does make a nylon version, but this is the silk version. This one does not, it doesn't melt. See, look how nice that is. God, this is fantastic. So just flat iron. If you don't flat iron your hair, you can use it to straighten your cord. So let me put that aside. Okay, so so basically what I did, just along here, and it didn't even take that many beads, and it doesn't even take that long to do either. I wire wrapped a pearl, and then, I did I strung on 3 of these rondelles. And the reason, and this happens, this is very, very common when you have like gemstone beads. Sometimes one side is drilled a little bit bigger than the other. I'm sure all of us have had that problem. And the first necklace that I made, one of the knots just like kind of went through one of the holes. So the trick to solving that problem is putting like small beads like on the sides. You could put clear. I did some clear ones somewhere around here. I didn't even knot them, but these are, why did I not finish this one? But see, these are clear. So you could put a clear beads, or you could put, I thought I'll put a little sparkle. Plus, for me, these are easier to see, and that's easier for me to show you guys how to do this. So I just, opted for these the hematite, and the hole size is about a 1.25. And when I made the knot, they're consistent, so it just worked. Every one that I knotted, it worked. Okay, so the first thing I do is I wire wrap a pearl. And I'm sure, a lot of you already know how to wire wrap stuff, but I'm just gonna just demo it in case you don't. Because I know everybody does it differently. And for me, it was impossible for me to follow. I tried to watch a video and I couldn't do it. I just had to get it in my hand and do it myself. And I'm sure everyone has their own little way of doing it, because I see some people, they grab the end and they do this windy thing, and I can't do that because it always comes out horrible. So I just take it just like this, and the other problem that I have, which you might want to do if you want consistency, just get a small Sharpie and put a mark on the on your plier, because that way when you come and do the second one, it's consistent. But I'm just gonna eyeball it here. So I hold mine straight up, just like that. And while I'm looking at it, I just push it away from me, just just straight away from me. When I'm looking at it, I can see it's just boom. And then what I do is I just turn, I go from here, just turn the plier up, just like that. Because that way when you bend this part over, you can make, whoops, the loop. So I just bent it over. And then after I do that part, I take it out and then put it, see, because it was like this, right? Like that. See, it's bent, that first bend, and now I'm going to take it out and just put it right back in, just like that, and then bend this part all the way back. And I have this thing where I just kind of bend it upward a little bit, and then I come in and I hold it and just kind of straighten it up. For me, that works. So you just have it real nice and straight. And then I'm going to just come in and do a sloppy, wrap. Come in, twist, ouch. You want to be careful when you have that thing sticking up like that. I mean, don't put it on. Don't put this thing on until you're ready to use it. And then as soon as you're finished with it, just take it off. So in case you have pets, they won't get poked. But you could also do it manually if you like. That works as well. I just wanted to be able to show you, then cut this off, and then you have your wire wrapped bead. And the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to always work if you have your needle end, always work off the opposite end. So I'm going to go to the end of my cord. And I'm going to tie the pearl on using a moose knot. So I'm going to put this in. I'm going to get my pin and a clip, 1 inch apart. And I think I'm going to pull about 4 inches of cord, and then I'm going to make my moose knot. And I have I hope I can do it. I've been working on this other way to make a moose knot on the end of a cord, and I mean, I'm not 100%, but I'm getting really close, and I want to share it with you so you can start practicing, so maybe we could all get at 100% together. Okay, so let's see, let me get a needle. Let's see. So you take your needle and you just hold it like that, and you just gently wrap. Moose knots are, I love making moose knots. They're so pretty. And then I'm going to pull this through and then tighten. And just pull it. Just put your finger on top and just pull it towards you just to get it nice and tight. And we will be gluing it, but I'm going to glue all the knots at the end, when I'm finished with the necklace. So there is one knot here. Just make sure it's nice and tight before you trim this off. And just take your scissors, or you can use a razor. Sometimes when I need to get it like really, really close, I'll just put the razor like right up to the knot, like that. But if you're going to use razors, just, just be cautious. I mean, don't leave them laying around for small children or animals. So there we have our first, well, not our first bead, but we have our pearl connected to the end of the silk strand. And now we are going to add the beads. So for this pattern, I string on 3 rondelles. So you take 3, and let's string those on. 1, 2, 3. And then gemstone. Let's get that. And then 2 rondelles, or whatever bead that you're using. So you take 2 and then string those on. And these beads are like, the sizes vary. And, some, I've gotten questions from customers and they've asked me, like, do you go for it? And I mean, and this makes sense, because if you have like nuggets and some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, like if you put 9 on each side, there will be a little bit of a difference because, they're different sizes. Do I go for the length or do I go for the number? I go for the number. If the length is a little bit off, it doesn't bother me, but when it's a different number, then that kind of sort of bugs me. So I'm going to do, let me see how many I did on this side here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the way you decide like what, how long yours is going to be, just put like the middle of a cord, like right in the middle, the center of the back of your head, and then just kind of decide like what's the minimum length that I want my lariat to be, because remember, you can always lengthen it. So mine, my sides were actually like really short, like in the 7 to 8 inch range. So if you want yours longer, just make it a little bit longer. But that's how I did mine. Let me get these strung on, and it takes a very, very little time. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna do this project and I'm gonna have so much time left over. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna share all the little tips and tricks with you. Especially like the flat iron. I think I've always talked about it, but I've never really like shown it. And also, when possible, just always like leave your beads like on the strand, because that way, what am I doing here? Okay, so I'm going to grab one of these, because it's, no, that's not a good idea. Especially if they're clear, because that necklace I showed you that had the clear beads, it's not that I took them off, is that they fell off. And it was so hard getting the beads on, because simply because I couldn't see the holes. That was the big problem. But so once you this necklace is like probably like a 20 to 30 minute project in total. And in the strand that I'm using now for this little project is the multicolored one, because there's one strand that has like pastel blues and pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 2 more. 8 and 9. And I've already done half the necklace, so you're not gonna have to, whoa, wait, no, girl. You need a bead. So you're not gonna have to watch me do this twice. So let me grab this one and that one. Oop. And here we go. Okay, now let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then even though you only need one on the end, I always put two because I use the bead. So like when I tighten the knot, I use like a bead to like tighten. So I'm gonna get all these and move everything down. Okay. And I'll show you the setup that I use that I just love because it's just nice and fast and easy and like just makes it fun. Okay, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so I can show you this. Okay, so right over here, let me clean up. So here's my strand that I'm going to knot. I've got my tin cup knotter here. I have it in this to hold it because, you know, I've got lazy hands. And this here, you can use a little square of, you know, that anti-slip stuff that they use for carpets. That works really well. This is just a piece of foam. I mean, cardboard doesn't work, but anything that because what it does is it helps hold your silk to give it like extra tension. So what I'm gonna do, come in here, I'm gonna pull like maybe, I don't know, about 20 inches or so, and then I'm gonna clip it because when I work, I like to have tension on my cord at all times, and it just makes it so much easier. Let me move this aside a little bit because I want to be able to like show you like what I mean when I talk about having tension on the cord. So I'm going to put a bead right there, and let me just get started here. So let me move this. Can you guys see that? I wish this was at an angle. Let me see if I can get it. No, that's not going to work. How about this? Or nope. But can you guys like see what I'm doing? Let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna like, the needle is here. I'll show you just, okay, okay, so there's the needle, there's the stopper. It's going in, and I know it's kind of weird that you cannot see the needle because it's going straight up, but I wish there was a way to mark. Well, it's there. You know it's there. Okay, so what I do is I am going to see how I'm like have like the pulling on the cord. Let me get tension. Because when I make it's so hard to get all this in a camera, guys. I'm so sorry. So when I make my knots, I like to go like this. Just flip it over, put it on the needle, and then tighten it. And then just pop it up. And then I'm going to bring this one down and see how the tension is just so nice. Oof. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 knots. Does that make sense? Maybe I should like move everything over a little bit. Let's try that. And I'm going to put 3 knots in between each like this big bead here. So it's going to be 3 knots and then the other rondelle. So there's 1. Let's grab this, and there's 2. And then 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Papa, look how nice that is. And then you bring your rondelle down, and then you see, the nice thing is you could scoot the board over if when you start getting low on like cord. It's so nice. So and there's another one, and then you're gonna stack your knot. So I'm grabbing this with my hand, or you could just go like this, just however you feel comfortable. Just flip it. Having that tension on the cord, oh, it just makes it so much faster and easier. Look at that. Perfect. So there's 1, 2, and now another one. And perfect. And now what you do is you um, pull, slide down your little group of the rondelle, the bead, and then the rondelle. And I'm going to move this a little bit closer so I can come in here and flip it and then tighten this. Whoops. And my rondelle went by the side there. Hang on, let me fix this. And just hold that. Whoops. Then you just get it as close as you can. And then what I like to do is use the next knot to just get it nice and tight and then slide it up, and then there you have it. And now we are going to space. Let me get a little bit of cord. So you just make an overhand. Whoops, that one. My rondelles are just wanting to get in the action. So you just make or you could like hook it onto the hook like this, like have your cord hook it, and that really helps. That really, really helps. And you just put your knot like right on that little notch, and then you pull, and then you slide it up and then tighten. And then you just keep going until that's pretty good. That works really well. Like hook it. Huh. See, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. I mean, whatever. I mean, I offer up like maybe 3 or 4 different ways. This one is different from last week's, because last week we had to do we just had a different type of thing going on. So let me get this one, tension. Now we're going to space it. Let's make sure it's nice and snug. And then slide the next one down. Tension. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's so nice. Oh, the I don't have a preference, because sometimes you got to change things up, because after you've been doing doing it the same way for like an hour, then you want to. I mean, I have like sometimes I'll hook it, sometimes I don't. It's nice to have options, that. And you just like it's a gentle thing, but when you come to tighten this knot, that's not so gentle. And you slide this down, and when you do it this way, for some reason, I've noticed that I make way, way, way fewer mistakes. Up. And sometimes if my hands are not feeling too strong, I'll use like that little edge right in there to help tighten the knot. So now we need to space it. I'm going to kind of pick up the pace. It's funny because I'm really used to working very fast. And sometimes when I have to like slow down, I make more mistakes when I'm going slow than when I'm going fast. So here's that. I'm just going to pull these and then go up. Perfect. Oh, and after I do this, the knot that I'm going to show, oh my goodness. Woo! It's a tough one. I mean, it's going to require, the knot on the end, it honestly, you guys will have to practice. Get yourself some like cheap, like closed rings. Like, don't practice on your sterling silver, because I know, because there have been so many times that I've had to cut the ring off because I messed up. But let's see if my instructions, let's see if I learned from my mistakes. Because when we get to putting, see, it's already done. How quick was that? Okay. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Oh, no, 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 I'm not done. I got another one. One more. Hang on. Oh, no, two more. Ugh, they were hiding. Let me get these. See that? Oh, really important tip. Always check before you cut. Always check to make sure that all the beads, because that's happened to me so many times where I thought, okay, done. And then I cut my cord just to find that there were like 2 or 3 more that I was supposed to like put on. So always make sure and check. Check twice, cut once. Oops, let's get this focused. And then tighten that. And also, you could also do this by hand if you want. So you can put your bead there and, you know, just, and having it like clipped on one end makes it really, really help. So you just flip this over. And basically what you do is you use this as a knotting awl. So you just slide it down and that, whoops. Did I even make an overhand knot? Yes, I did. There it is. Let me get this on here. And when you're doing this, always kind of like work with the cord, like always going downward, so that way it won't pop off like it just did for me. Then you just put your finger right here. Is that like focused? And then you just push it up, and you could use the next bead to tighten, or you know, your fingers, or this thing. I mean, there's a bunch of different choices. So then I'm going to grab the cord, flip this over, and then this part right in here, you just put it on that little spacer thing right there. And then I put my finger just to hold the cord in. I mean, it'll take a little bit of practice, but it's very relaxing, and the best part about it is you know that your beads will be evenly spaced every single time to like perfection. I mean, just like absolutely perfect. And I think, do I have one more? Oh, that was the last one. Oh, good. Because I shouldn't have put this knot, which is perfect, because one thing I wanted to teach you guys was like how to get a knot out. Let me see if I can get this focused, because this is, I got a trick. Let me get this. I have to go in close for this. Hang on, let me see if I can. Okay. Okay, let me tell you a couple of things that have worked for me. Okay. To loosen it, what I do is I take a pair of flat pliers and I just really gently like tap on it. Just tap on it from side to side, you know, just because, you know, I figured, you know, I tie my shoelaces and they come undone. You know, these knots got to come undone, you know, maybe if I just jostle them a bit. And when you go to grab the, you want to grab the part of the cord that's like closest to like the center of the knot. So like right in there, and then just gently, like kind of like, I'm just gently like getting my fingernail and just kind of going like this. And that does get the knot out, I think. I mean, it usually works for me. Let's see. That's this. Oh, there, I got it. I mean, it does take practice, but just tapping it with this thing, I don't know, it just works. I mean, it's crazy, but you know, it seems like every time I've done that, it just, boom. I guess it just loosens it. Okay, now for the nitty gritty. Oh my God, let me take a breath here. Okay, let me move this. Okay, guys, let's see. Can she do it? Okay, this one's tough. Okay. You will need a big eye needle. You know what that is. It's one of these guys. Um, Big eye needles usually come like closed, but I usually cut mine like in half, and you'll see why in a second. Oh God, was there a bead left? Oh, see, perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that because I'm gonna show you how to get a moose knot. Oh my God, I'm gonna fail, but I'm gonna try. See that? I bet you guys have always wondered about that, huh? So this is it. Okay, so now you need a peg on your board. And let's see, your big-eyed needle. Let's see, where did it go? Okay, right there. And I'm using a 6mm ring. Okay, let's get this. I'm gonna have to zoom in for this. Okay, you guys. All right. So what you do, oh God, I hope I can do this. You string your bead on, like all the way, and then you just press it into the peg. So you don't, does that make sense? There's no space. Like there's no gap like this. It's as tight as it can be, just like that. And then what you do is you take your big eye needle. Oh, and one thing that's helpful is a pair of these guys. If I succeed on this one, I'll do the other one. So that way I could show it twice, because you do it once and you get it right, then you're not going to want to take it apart to do it again. Okay, so then I take the big eye needle and I hold it, and it's just like making a regular moose knot, but okay, this is really important. So this is as close as I can get. I don't think I can get this. Can I? You guys want me to try to get closer? No, that's as. You know what? Let me adjust the camera so I could see if I can get closer, because that's going to be really, really helpful. I don't know. This may or may not work. Hmm. Oh, can I do it closer? Okay, let me just see. Ah, ooh. Okay, let's do this. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let me. If it's too like weird, I'll zoom back out. Oh, there's the ring. Let's get this. Okay, so you're gonna put your ring on, and you're gonna press this. And then forgive my nails. I did not have time to glam up my fingernails today. So you press it in just like that. And then you have your cord here, and now you need to take the, I feel like I'm performing surgery. You take your big-eyed needle, and you're going to hold it like you normally hold your needle when you're making a moose knot. You're going to hold it right in there. And this one little step is important. Okay, so you're going to wrap it, and then bring it around the peg, and just hold it, and then you're going to come around. This is just to get it like in there, and then you're just going to come around. There's two. Just snug it back here, and then three, and then kind of go back here, and then we have to put it through the eye of the needle. Okay. Okay, we got that. Okay. Now, one thing that's helped me a lot is I take these pliers, and I'm going to hold it, and just really quick, I'm going to pull it real fast. Boom. Because if you do it slow, it just, I don't know, it just makes a big mess. Okay, so now We're gonna hold this and we're gonna like, I think it's as tight as it can get. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna wanna get you want to pull this because these cords are like they'll kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. They'll kind of go like dunk dunk dunk. I mean, there's no words, it just sounds. You could feel it, and then you just make sure it's nice and tight. But you just got to be real careful now because now the next thing we need to do is like tighten it, and that's where I think I mess up. Okay, so gently take this. I guess you could put it inside a post. And you want to start tightening that moose knot. Um, so you scoot it up a little tiny bit. Hang on. Okay, just scoot it up. This part, oops, hang on. Out of focus. Okay. Ew. I gotta get this in focus. Hang on, I'll get it. Because this part's really important. When you tighten it, put your fingernail right there and make like a 90-degree angle, okay? And then like tighten it. You got to do that because otherwise the knot gets like really, really weird. So just come in here and don't pull when you tighten this. This last knot that you made, always put your fingernail like right in there. I'm telling you guys, this is a tough one. I'll do it again. So, because you don't want to like pull it, because what's happened to me a lot of times, I've pulled it like really tight and then it just like dislodged my perfect knot. So you're gonna come in here. Let me see if I can, and I'll do this again. So, and then you put your fingernail in here and then you like, let's see, did I get it? I think I did. Perfect. Okay, it ain't perfect until I get both of them on both sides just right. So I'm gonna do the other side, and let's see if I can get it to where it's exactly even. So let me get this one. Let's see. Let me count the beads just to make sure I have the right number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, always count twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, perfect. Okay, and remember about a 4-inch tail. Okay. Scissors. Okay. Let's do that again. Let me get a ring. Peg. Large eye needle. Okay, so you put, and it has to be a closed ring also, because you know, an open ring will just slip. So I'm gonna come in here again and I'm gonna hold this like that. Just press it in until, you know, it's just nice and snug, just like that. Is it out of focus? Okay, right there. Okay, and then you take your large eye needle and you hold it just like that. And then when you come around, remember, you need to do that to get it like nice and snug. And then there's 1, 2, and then 3, and then just kind of come over to the left, hold it, and put this through there. Whoops. Take your pliers and just give it a quick pull. Okay. Okay. Remember, we gotta like get that hang on, let me get this large eye needle off. Remember that, I don't know, the thunk, I don't know, the Just make sure that it's tight, like on the post. And then you take it off very, very carefully. And I know that when I come down here, it's going to get out of focus. Let's see. Okay. So you want to push it up. And then with your finger at an angle. Whoops. Let me get it in focus. Right there. With your finger at an angle. Remember? And then you tighten it. Then you put your finger here and then slide the knot up. I think this one has a bigger space than the other one, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Ooh, perfect. Wait, that's definitely a tougher one, guys. The let me get the focus back on. So once you have put the rings on these side, now we're going to put the faux leather and then the coil knot. So let me trim these off. And I glue everything, you know, I tie all the knots nice and tight, and then I do glue everything at the end. So let me get this off. And you can use one thing that would work like really, really well is like watered down like Elmer's. And you want it to dry like slow. You don't want it to dry like fast, because you want it to like absorb into the knot. So that's probably why I think that, you know, the Elmer's glue with a little bit of water would like probably work really well. All right, so the next thing is my faux leather. Let's do this. That knot that I just showed, guys, practice, because it's once you get it, you'll really, really like it. But it does it does require a lot of practice. So I'm going to put get a pin and a clip an inch apart, and I'm going to attach the this faux leather with a moose knot. So right here, and I'm going to take a peg and just do my regular old moose knots. Hold it, pull the peg out, and see. So a lot of, you know, the a lot of what I teach, I mean, and you of course, a lot of you know this, like I use the moose knot a lot because it's got like a bunch of like different uses. So I mean, some of these knots, they're like literally like foundation knots, because you're going to use them like over and over. Now, how long should I make this? You know what? That I cannot say. I'm just going to like make it like long, because I that I don't know. So I'm going to come in here and put a moose knot on this end. And let's get that. Sorry, I don't have the numbers for like how long to make it. Okay. Tighten, slide it down, and let's get this off. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that so cool? We're almost finished with this. And one thing that I did just to like make it a little extra fancy, on these ends, I put rings and I wire wrapped some beads. So let's see, can we get like extra fancy here? Huh. Yeah, you know what? I'll just put like regular beads, because I want to show you the alternative thing that you can do that's really cool. So let me get a clip. And these this gemstone set, this set of 10, it's a really good deal. They're only like, it comes out to like $10 a strand. And um I um I calculated, and I can make two necklaces, two, with the one of the griffin cords. So that's a lot of necklaces you're gonna, and I think there's one strand of beads will make like at least 3 necklaces if you put like 8 or, I mean, you can make a lot of necklaces, a lot of these necklaces with today's like supplies. Okay, so this you guys know about the coil knot, right? You know. So if you don't know what the coil knot is, this is a fantastic sliding knot. And what I do is I hold my peg on there and I just wind around it. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I just hold. It's just like you're holding up like a peg and just wrapping around. And then what I do is I hold it and I'm pushing up with my finger. And I just, and this is so nice. So one end goes in one way. I know my hand is in the way, right? Right. There we go. Whoa. Come. Okay. And if you have trouble like getting them in, you could always use your needle. So you could just put your needle in here, put it through the eye of the needle, and then push it through. Let's get that. And then when I make these, what I like to do is like squeeze and then tighten and then squeeze, because that way it just helps like make it like equal, like even. I don't know how, I don't know the word, but just kind of squeeze and twist. And I tie knots on the ends because it lets me know that those are the ones I need to cut off. So I am going to open it all the way to like almost, but don't just be careful and don't pull it to where the cords come out of your slide knot. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hold this and cut right about 1/8 of an inch. And I am going to melt it with a lighter. And, you know, just use caution with a lighter. You know, keep away from children. I think it says here, keep away from children. Blow, but don't tap it down. And then you do the same thing on the other side. So we're just going to hold this and make sure it's the one with the knot. And 1/8. Wait a couple of seconds. And then let's get this. And then what I did on the ends, I put, I don't know how long I made it. Let me see. You know what? Let me cheat. Let me look at this one because this one came out perfect. Let me see how long I made the this guy. Let me measure this. About, this is 10 inches. Okay, so let's do 10 inches. So what I did here, I'm gonna take one side. I'm gonna measure 8 inches is good. You could do 8, you could do 9. It just depends on, you know, how long you want your lariat to like ultimately go. So what I did now is I put on each of these ends, I put a ring using the moose knot, and I wire wrapped a bead on the end. And some alternative things you can do, you can put like a faux leather and then fluff it. You can put like a bunch of beads. I mean, there's so many like different variations of, you know, things that you can do. So I'm just going to come in here, tighten, slide it down, and cut that off. And this one I will tap down, but you want to like wait a couple of seconds because you don't want to burn your finger. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Done. And then we'll do the same thing. I'm just going to do it because, why not? Because where are my rings? Take a ring. All right. And if you're not sure, like, what ring size it is, this I know is a 6 millimeter because it fits. This little ring size chart is really, really handy. Because, when I first started making jewelry, I really, really struggled with, like, and everybody goes through that. I mean, especially if you're just starting out, everybody goes through that. And another thing you can do, which I'm going to do, is I'm not even going to, like, look at the measurement, because one thing that you can do is, you'll have the beads in the back, but one thing that I like to do is, like, have them sometimes, like, offset, because if they're equal, even on both sides, and when on the back of your necklace, they'll hang like at exactly the same spot. But if you have one a little bit longer than the other, then they'll like offset, which is something I like doing just because, I think it looks cool. So I'm going to do a moose knot on this, a moose knot. Okay, 1, 2, and out. And I'm going to tighten that and trim it. Ooh, and I'm not gonna do the wire wrap, because I think at this point, since I'm like over my hour, um, tap tap tap, boom 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 boom. Okay, so there it is. Oh my goodness. Let's put it on. Okay, look how cool that is. So I'm gonna put this on. Oops. Yeah, that's because I had some of these at a show of mine, and everyone was like, "What the heck is that?" But when I showed them, they're just like, "Oh, that is like the coolest thing." So you have this thing like this, and then you could just flip it over. See that? Oh my God, I look so swanky. Oh, now we got to go out to lunch because I look cool. Isn't that cute? Oh my God, I'm just gonna be like, everybody, look at my cool necklaces. Oh my God! And then what's even cooler? Okay, this is the one I just made. So let me, like, shorten it because I can. Okay, let me find the right one and see if she can do it. And yes. Oh, look at that. So cool. Guys, isn't that just like awesome? I love it. Oh my God, I'm just like admire. I'm looking at myself in my monitor because I just like, girl, you look so cool. I love this necklace. Let me show you another thing that I did that you can do as well. Oh my God. This is cool too. Instead of putting like an adjustable slider, what I did was I took some leather, and I did the coil knot in the middle. Do you guys know how to do this? You want me to show it to you? I can show you. Why not? I think I've got like a few extra minutes. I don't have numbers on this one. I'm just gonna measure this, and like, because sometimes I just make stuff and it ends up coming out. So I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna use this much leather, I'll tell you how much I used. Okay, let's see. 27 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna center this, the 27 inches, and I am going to clip this right there. Okay, and I'm gonna clip this over here, and I am going to get my peg. Is that right? I think I do it here. Let me clip it right there. Yeah, that's better. Now, take your peg and just like 1, 2, and then up. 1, 2, and up will give you 3. And if you go one more, you can get 4. Let's go 4. Why not? Let's go big. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, and I'll do the other side so you can see me do this again. So this one's going to go in. Come on. You want to get it through that loop. This thing is I should have like, hang on, right there. There we go. And you want to, since I have it marked, you want to just keep twisting and just tightening to the peg. Twist and tighten, like, and squeeze it. See that? Is this? Focus, focus, focus. Right there. So you want to twist and pull and squeeze. Okay, so now we got that one nice and pretty. And now we're going to do the other side. This one I do a little bit different because I just want it to be close. So on this one, I kind of like actually go like right over the knot. So there's 2, 3, 4. See that? And then I feed this through. And then I just kind of twist. And you want to make sure that they kind of stay like aligned. So that's how come you got to like see that? I'm kind of squeezing it. Because if you just pull it, one of them will tighten more than the other, and then you'll run into problems. So, and now I am going to, I think I cut it too short, but that's okay. I just add about 5 more inches. Well, let's see if it works. Because I know for leather, I forgot to like include the the amount of leather for that part, but you know what? It might work out either way. So let me take this other one that I made. I made so many of these. It's crazy. So I know I'm gonna try to do 4 inches, which I never do 4 inches, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, I'm gonna get this here, and I'm gonna kind of cheat. I never do the 1/2 inch, but since I'm running low on leather, I'm just gonna do that. Let's see if it works. Because these knots take up a lot of leather. So there's 1, 2, yeah. That was a good call. I mean, if you ever have to eke do the 1/2 inch instead, and that'll help. Okay, so this one is 6 inches. So I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna do 5 and get this other part of the necklace on. And oh my goodness. Okay. All right. 1. Okay, there's 2 loops, 3 loops, and the neat thing about this, I like that it's got that pearl like in the middle, and it just looks really cool. I don't even know if I did this right. Maybe let's see, is it even? Perfect. Ooh. Okay. So I'm just gonna trim. I never trim cord with your beautiful pliers. I almost just did that. No. Nail clippers work really well. See that? Perfect. And I'm going to clip this one and okay. All right, let's try this out. And what I like about this one is that now you got it like a pearl in the middle. Let's see how this one turned out. Ooh, see how cute that is? Oh my gosh. Ooh, that's cute. Look at that. Oh my God. Isn't that adorable? So cute. Oh my gosh. I'm just like beside myself. So the leather is an option, and then the slide knot is the option. And what I do with like to put the glue on these knots here, you could just mix. You could either use clear nail polish, works good. This stuff like with Mod Podge is watered down a little bit. works well. Oh, if you're wondering about like either GS Hypo Cement or super glue, no, because you want the glue, like I mentioned earlier, to like seep in, and when you either put the glue with the water or like the watered down Mod Podge, put it somewhere where it will dry the slowest possible, and that'll give you the best result because it'll give it a chance to like soak into the material. Anyway, I think I've covered like everything. Yeah, yeah, I don't have time to like get into how I that'll be another show, like working with the toggles, especially when they're in front, because you got the bar and then your beads are crooked, and I've got like the tip on how to make them not crooked, but I will share that next time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show and practice. I didn't mean to torture you with that end knot right here, but once you master it, you'll be glad you know how to do that, because it just makes such a huge difference, because that way you don't have to use crimping, like crimp things. And but the most important thing, I think, and there is not a lesson on my website on how to do this yet, because like I said, we're going to perfect this together. If you don't understand it, like keep watching the video over and over until, because getting that angle to tighten, that's a big deal. Going like this, and remember the knot, the last knot, never, like, always put your nail on there before you tighten, because I've had just bad things happen. Anyway, guys, that is today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week. Let's see, the 6th, the 13th, February 13th. All right, guys, I'll see you then. Bye.